Looking for something to read? Well, these are the books that I've written. Hop on down to the description to find the Amazon links for all 4 of them, and keep your eyes open for more in the future. With that said, on to the video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Omni viewer, and I just had a little bit of news come across my way that, well, I think it's pretty interesting, and I think it's something you guys might want to know about. First, a little background. A few years ago, I reported on a project from Super Riot Productions called KAIJU DECODE, which was going to be some kind of animated project, but aside from a very vague plot description and a few teaser images that we couldn't really draw that much from, we didn't really know much about it. But I said I was going to be keeping an eye on it to see how things developed. A few months ago, I realized that KAIJU DECODE had fallen completely off of my radar, and I hadn't actually heard anything since. So I looked into it, did some research as best as I could, and made another video reporting on what had actually come of it. The short version is that there were 2 ways it manifested. There was a VR experience that you could do, and there was a short animated film, just under 9 minutes long. And you could technically find it online, but it was on the Super Riot Imagination website behind a paywall. That was all I had found out about it at the time. So it seemed like it had been kind of a minor project, but there was still a hint that there was more to come. Well, here's something I actually didn't know. The Atlanta Sci-Fi Film Festival had actually awarded it as the best animated sci-fi short film way back in 2021. That had flown completely past me when I was doing my initial research. So, first of all, congratulations to the crew who made that film, because, yeah, I'm not necessarily one to put much stock in the major awards like the Oscars, the Tonys, and whatnot, because I feel those things are hollow, but with film festivals, the more locally run things where they showcase the indie and the newer stuff, that holds a little more weight in my eyes these days. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. But here's the actual bit of news. I first learned about this actually from an email that I got, which I wasn't really expecting, and of course, I'm not necessarily going to automatically trust an email that comes along and says it has links to certain things, so I researched and verified this for myself, and yes, this is 100% legit. This October in 2023, the Atlanta Sci-Fi Film Festival is coming back on October 6th through the 8th, and there's going to be an encore screening of KAIJU DECODE during that particular weekend. So if you are in the Atlanta area, or you have the means to get to Atlanta in that space of time, this would be your chance to see KAIJU DECODE on a big screen with a bunch of other kaiju and anime fans. In case you're wondering, I have been told that the event is free with registration. Getting to Atlanta? That's not free, but the event itself is free. And I've been told that the people who made the KAIJU DECODE short film are also currently producing a KAIJU DECODE feature film. No release date for that as yet, but it is in the works. So clearly, this is not over. There's gonna be a lot more to KAIJU DECODE in the future. How soon? I don't know, but it is happening. Furthermore, the fact that it's being screened in the West at all might be a sign that it could get distribution in the future, like official distribution. Although in the immortal words of Tom Lehrer, mind you, I said might. I have no way to actually say that's the case. Remember, it was first screened back in 2021, but there was still stuff happening towards the end of that, so maybe that's the reason it didn't pop up immediately. All the same, though, there could still be a chance. You never know who might be at that screening. Maybe someone from a distribution company. A lot of Super Riot Productions have been getting a lot of official distribution in the West. Anime and manga are back in the mainstream here these days. There's clearly an audience for kaiju stuff. It could happen. I don't necessarily know that it will happen, but there is a chance, especially if there's a good turnout. But that's not really the takeaway here. The takeaway is that the short film Kaiju Decode is going to be shown again for the second time at the Atlanta Sci-Fi Film Festival, and a feature film of Kaiju Decode is in the works. The people behind the festival actually contacted me because they saw my videos about this stuff and figured I would want to pass this along to you guys. So that's what I'm doing. This isn't a paid distribution or anything. They just said, hey, you might want to let your subscribers know and if they're in the Atlanta area during that particular weekend. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I figure it's an interesting opportunity, and who knows what might come next. But that's in the realm of speculation. What you do with this information is entirely up to you guys, of course, but it does seem like it would be a fun opportunity. So, we'll see what happens. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see us keep doing what we're doing, you might consider doing all the usual YouTube things, as well as hopping down to the description to find links to DeviantArt, Patreon, Twitter, and links for the different books in the Tales from the Omni Vault universe. Your support is naturally appreciated. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.